just deciding to only do white paint on both as an underpaint, I guess. I just want some paint on everything. I'm not sure about this white paint. The last painting I did, it had little speckles of stuff in the white areas, which I was not too happy about. We shall see what we see. First, I just want to do just paint on this, nothing but paint. That's all. Just get every part covered. Sometimes it's just hard for the paint to move if it's on the dry canvas, so just putting this extra little coat down should help with that. We shall see. Oops, boy. Slopping way over there. Waste that much paint. Okay, I didn't want that too messy because I was going to put this one on the ground. I don't want it too tricky. Well, the person that didn't want to be messy, it's already been pretty messy. Now this one. Okay, I should have done this reverse. That's okay though. What we can do is we'll put this one on here. I'll put a coat on and I'm going to go grab that one back again. So let's cover this one. About something, but sorry if I remember what entertainment was. Oh, hey, Hubert. There. This is the one I want on the bottom. Did you see my earlier text where I asked if we'd seen that Plebs movie? I feel like we may have done, but I wasn't sure. I'm just going to keep adding stuff. See what happens there. Well, it's on that, you know that new service we got, the network? They have a paid version and a free version. The paid version, you don't have commercials. And some things you can't get on the free version. And for some reason, you can't get the series on the free version, but you can get the movie on the free version. So if we want to see it, it's there for free on that network service. So I thought I would mention that just in case. It's going to dot all around here. I don't remember that much. I should have looked at a primer or something of what I used to do for this stuff because I don't even quite remember. I'm just going to kind of come in here and wing it, like we like to do. So anyway, that might be fun to check. That would be a good way to check out that service too. There was another show on there. They didn't have that many. It might be somewhat new, I don't know. But they did have another British one that I wasn't sure we'd seen or heard of. It seems like it was called Chivalry, I want to say. Anyway, well, this really doesn't want to come out of here. Oh, there. Oh, few drops will come out. That's all that marks it really. Where's that gold? These are this color here. For some reason. Excuse me. What brought that on? Other than that, it seems kind of slow for shows. I'm not seeing a lot of new stuff on there. They should be having their holiday shows coming up pretty soon on the various services. Particularly the British ones get a lot of those holiday specials, so I was kind of hoping for some of those. We'll see. I don't know why I'm putting that over there. I really don't. That's what happens when you don't have really a firm plan. You just kind of go, I don't know. I guess I'll just throw this here, throw that there. Who can say? See what happens. It's like some of this. It always seems to help. Oh, I'm so lost. All right, now I'm going to add some actual red. Just a little bit over there. What other colors do I even have? Some. Oh, I got some of that color too. Another one that didn't want to come out. Oh, got my hand in that. No. Now, okay. Oh, cyan. Just put some golds in there too. Sometimes a little metallic is nice. Ooh, at least that's not bad. Didn't know I was not going to mix up some more. So if that one won't come out, I'm not going to worry about it. That was just I won't worry about that one. Where's that gold though? Let's have that gold. Just for something different than some of this. There we go. My old gray hair's jumped in there. But now I'm just going to kind of mess with this just for a minute. Make sure everything's got paint on it. Not due to have areas with nothing. Okay. Over here. Get all the way to that edge. Look like that edge was covered. Was represented. Okay, in that corner. Alright, now, this is something we haven't done for a while. And I actually thought to prepare a camp, so I'm just going to grab a sip of this real quick before I start. Once I start, I can't stop. Ooh, I should maybe add a tinge of black in here. I'm going to do anything with that. I do. I'm going to do something with this before I do the next stage. Because I didn't like that I put that on last and it wasn't as blended in as the other ones. Okay. This is something we haven't done for a while. I'm going to do a pressing. So to do that, instead of the usual way I prep the canvas, I left this sheet flat. Normally it's sticking there. This way I can press on this a little bit, which I can't normally do because the cellophane's in the way. And this way I'm still protecting the canvas so I'm not getting my marks all over it. Whoops. Didn't mean to do that. And we'll just sort of press it here. Does that look like it's gushing out every which way? There we go. Right now, we're just going to pull. Hopefully, it doesn't want to let go. Ooh, sorry, I'm going to redo it. There's nothing here. This did not press in together at all. That's why we have this here, so that it will. Okay, woo! Here we go. Now we've got two distinct canvases. I'll set this one here real quick. Interesting. I'm going to I'm going to use the blower on this one. Oops. To power the thing up. Do something with this edge. Good. We'll do a similar thing over here. Different. But the only spot I'm not too sure about is right in that corner. There doesn't seem to be much in the way of paint down in there. I'm just going to add a little bit of paint here. Okay, just kind of do finger painting style look. Okay, just going to blow that in there and make sure that's set in there. Set aside. I like that. I like the colors. It looks like I could make some really cool landscape or something out of that. Boy, it's looking like crazy. Let's see if I can get it over to the board here. I might just leave that one just the way it is and do something with it after it dries. Now this other guy here, let's see what we got here on him. Now this one, oh boy, that's interesting. Okay. Lost a little bit of paint around the side. I like that too. I was thinking of making this one, sorry, glasses, into a forest, just like sweep some trees up in here. We don't have quite enough paint down here. Let's see if we can do something similar. And at least cover that bottom portion. It doesn't look like we got quite enough paint on the bottom. So I think what I'm going to do on this one is I'm going to tilt it and see if the paint comes down. May not have enough paint to even do that. I'll tell you though, it's got more paint than if I hadn't coated it with white first. There's one spot with no paint at all. I can see it up there. I'm just going to hold on to this for a minute and just let it come down here. I'm going to see what it does. So I said it may not have quite enough paint for that. But I'm going to cover one little spot here. Just going to cover that. I may do that. Got all this paint here. I'm just going to add some paint, finger painting style. I'm just going to add actual paint in here. Probably should leave some of that in case I want to use it for something else. Let's see here. Do I want to add any more in here? Just didn't quite get enough paint here at the bottom. That side does need it. Sometimes sides you can do something with. Now I'm going to hold it here again. So now it's got something to flow over. It's not trying to flow over that dry canvas. That never works. It's very drippy, isn't it? Normally I'm not a fan of drips, but this thing's kind of working on there. I don't have a Discord going because I'm old and don't know about things. I mean, I know about Discord, and I've even way back been on Discord, but I don't actually have one set up. Otherwise, I certainly would, and thank you for coming. What's that like? Enough paint for that. Let's see if the little one's got enough oomph to do anything with that. I was on another stream and they said, oh, you should come on my Discord, but you know, there's only so many hours in the day. I had enough trouble getting out here to paint. Oh boy, I do not have enough paint there. This one is suffering a little bit from not having enough paint in various areas. So what I might do is just add some paint to it and then decide what to do. Although originally, like I said, I was thinking this would be a forest, and I'm not sure that it couldn't just do that by adding some trees in there. The other thing we could do is swipe it, because that would even the paint out, of course. But it's a little bit, what kind of paint do we have here? Not that much, a little bit risky. So my options are, do I want to just start swiping on this? Because I could do that. I think I might. All right, hold on. It's between that and putting something on it to just give it a little more texture back again, one of the two. Yeah, let's just try that swipe. So I think in terms of this. I should tell her I don't have quite enough paint. It's okay though. Oh. Decided that one. Actually not looking at that. The next thing we'd want to do then boy, that's a lot more interesting than I thought it was going to be. I'm going to come over here where I don't have that much paint and try and just carry some over. Is get some more paint. I don't have any paint here on the side. So I'm trying to just get some more, travel some more over there. That's a technical, that's my new technical term for when I do that. I'm traveling paint over there. I've got some light paint here. Oops. Take that. Try and put that in there. I don't have any paint. I don't have enough paint. There might be a little bit in there. To get some lighter colors in here too. There's a lot of dark in there. Mushrooms or flowers or something in here. This time of year, mostly what I see are mushrooms when I walk along. All kinds of mushrooms. Mushrooms everywhere. Breaking up that dark a little bit with some interesting things. That is kind of interesting, isn't it? Do you guys still see okay? I haven't looked lately to see where I'm at. Sorry, this bottom, I might just take out this bottom piece at this point. It's not really serving me, not really doing anything for me. It's nice to protect the canvas while I did the pressing, but that's about it. Okay. Now, I need more dark color here. we'll do is maybe try and add some. So these are basically background trees, and that's why I didn't put any color in with it. I just sort of scraped it on there. We're okay other than that. Disappears up in the light, that's fine. Okay, now, I'd like to do a little bit bigger one. I've got a slightly bigger sniper, but not too much bigger. Be a little too thick if that's too thin. I think I'll just manually cut this down real quick so I've got the right size. This is what I consider the right size for me. Now what I'd like to do, maybe take some thicker paint. Oh, this might be a good time to use that other color. It wouldn't come out, so I was going to try to put this. Oh boy, that one's really stuck on there. When the paint dries and I can't open it, but I can't get the top off it. Oh, there we go. Yay! That exercising is really paying off. Right, so for this one, I can't get the thing back on there. Once I get this thing back on here, I'm going to use this darker color to make some foreground trees. Well, first I'll do some kind of mid-ground trees and then some foreground trees. So we'll maybe put some, which I kind of like those the way they are though. We'll put some, these couple here. Let's put a couple here. Let's put one there. And we'll put one next to it. Those other two are kind of similar, so let's do that. And then we've got a couple here. And I'm just going to run that along here to create the tree. My hand shaking, which is fine. It gives it that nice little texture that's not too straight. And then we might add that. Maybe we'll probably put a bigger one there. Over in here with the leftover paint. We'll just add one along there. Anyway, here, I'm going to make that slightly lighter than it came out. And this one too, that could be a little darker, I guess. Kind of lost its way up there. Let's try and pull it that way. Oop. I really need to do something about my hand shaking. Hey, that's not too bad. And there's a couple kind of middle trees. I'm tempted to go into the silicone oil. Sometimes that does some interesting things. I'm just going to think on that while we mess with that a little bit. There we go. Then that's not, it's dark, but not too much in your face dark. And so next what I want to do though is get some bigger trees. What we do, let's see what we want to, kind of like the way those two rocks are, so I don't want to take those out. What we got over here? I was thinking along the side, just doing a tree pretty much along that whole side. Because this side ended up a little faint on paint. Let's do that. We'll turn this one into a big tree. Whoops. A big tree that apparently just jutted out there. Let me try and take that out. Okay, and then where's that one? I just cut that piece, so I had the right size swiper. Where did I put it after I did that, though? Got my mind on something else and forgot what I was doing. Always get another one. It's a disadvantage of having those clear swipers. You can't see them when you put them down. Are you still seeing this okay? Let me just check on you. See how you're doing. Oh yeah, I'm still in frame for that. That's good. Now, I'm going to find that other swiper. I think I'm going to have to cut one. I do not know where it is. I'll admit it. I cut that swiper and then I got all excited and forgot where it was. I will just use this one and cut another one real quick. It would be right here where I cut the other one. But it's not. Now I'm going to bring these over here where I know where they are. There's 1 and 2. And this guy here has got a big tree right there. Oops, shoot, I didn't mean to hit that quite so hard. I'm going to have to try and get that part out of there. It may prove to be a little trickier. Not too bad. That looks like a tree next to the other tree, which is good. What is this thing right here now? It's not what I wanted that to be. Let's see if I've got some lighter paint. Sort of layer on there. So I'm just going to use a straw real quick. Where's that tiny one? Hang on, this one. Oops. That's okay. That's getting to be close enough. Just fix that over here too. Alright, now there's a big tree. I think I'd like to make that tree come down further though, now that I look at it. I'd like it to come down more like there. That's more what we want to see, I think. Just don't want to mess with that a little more even. To get another larger tree. I'm just going to put it here, I think. Not quite as large as that one. It's not too bad. If I can get a little bit of light in there, I'd like to. Good. Let's get that rock back in here. Let's put the colors in there. those colors in there. Swipe and see if I can get the colors worked in a little better. That's a little better. As I'd say, this one now blends in a little bit too much. It's not quite dark enough to offset. I want something even darker, I think. This purple's a bit darker. Give it a slightly darker tone than that one. It's not standing out from the one behind it, is what I'm thinking. I'm going to try to do the one behind it more. I kind of like that rough silhouette down here of this tree, so I may leave that. It looks so much like bark to me. I should try and get a little bit more. It looks pretty dark, but let's try and get slightly darker near the top, I think. Put just a tinge of black in there too. I may towards the non-lit sides, the darker, the shadowed sides. Let's see if we can get a little bit of this purple here along this edge. To these foreground trees, I think. And make them slightly darker. The smaller one for that. Even smaller than that one. The dinky ones. Dinky. Scrape off the paint so I'm just going to go over it again. There we go. That's a little better. Right, so there's a couple foreground trees. One's got, I don't know if that's stuff in there. I'm just going to pull that off. I don't know if that was something in the paint or just an air bubble. I couldn't really get it to do anything. Interesting. Let's get a small one here. And this one here has a little problem right there. Let's go through that. This one too. If I did that again, I might be able to get that much lighter. Yes, I could. Good. That looks better. A little bit messed up here. A little bit down in here. There's no paint there. I'm not sure if I did that okay or not. Taking up more paint than I'm laying down. It's not a good sign. Let's try, where was it? Actually, that's okay. I can go with a little knot in it. Maybe that's a little burrow or something. There's some insects did some damage. See what we got here. We're a little off on our. I'm a little off on the camera angle. That's not too bad. I'm kind of happy with that. I wanted some kind of foresty thing, and it's definitely a foresty thing. So you know. I wonder if I want to try and make these more into mushrooms. Which I could do, maybe just put a little stem or something down there. If I want to just leave it the way it is. Slightly ambiguous. I guess ambiguous is good. Alright, so the tricky bit on this is I only have one spot where I usually put these to dry, and I've already used it. Let's see, is there anything else I want to do to this before I set it aside? I'm not sure if this yellow area is a little too plain, but I think I'm